One tare hore zero ma'am. Or Sudi wait adum lakcharadra.
Chandrika Horasira, Commander Usiga.
Yeah, yes, sir. Dum hausan bana paratra. One tare mo idum join tozara.
Last 5 minutes kumungai sira.
Yeah, my name Mangam Tangai Bidas.
Okay.
5 minutes. start tawrasiko. Yani.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the go ahead.
Okay, so it's already 1:05. So let's start this session. First of all, a very good afternoon to everyone. And before we proceed, I would like to give a brief introduction about our speaker, Jimmy Thangjum. He is the founder of Twig Learning, and he is an engineer turned social entrepreneur working to develop youth entrepreneurs in Northeast India through entrepreneurship as a life skill, training, and coaching programs. He is the topper from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, with over 7 years of professional experience in IT, training, and coaching in startups. He is also an internationally certified leadership and spiritual coach and a certified master trainer and a lead assessor with management and entrepreneurship and professional skills council under National Skill Development Corporation, and he is currently the regional mentor of change at Atal Innovation Mission under Niti Aayog. After quitting his corporate job in 2017, in the last 3 years, he has trained, mentored, and coached hundreds of youths under various life skills and entrepreneurship programs for which his venture has received both national and international recognition, such as being a finalist at Youth Speak Chennai 2018 and Youth Co-Lab 2020. He got selection at Startup Manipur 2019, Youth Social Entrepreneur 2020, Singapore International Foundation and Change Loom Program 2020, Pravaha. With a vision to transform Northeast India into an economically sustainable region, he with his organization is committed to lead the bottom-up economic transformation for Northeast India by equipping the youths of the region with life skills and entrepreneurship education and training. His greatest strength is the ability to simplify information and knowledge for students to learn easily. He is also a very self-driven person with a strong leadership character who will get any work done which he have committed. So may I now take this opportunity to welcome Jimmy Thangjum, the founder of the Twig Learning, to take his time, and today he's going to speak on the topic how to start a startup. Jimmy Thangjum, please.
Yep, thank you, Chandrika, for that lovely introduction. A very good afternoon, everyone. How is the energy? Up, down? Can you please comment so that I know your participation is there? How is the energy right now? I know it's afternoon. You might be a little drowsy. We had a long session in the morning. So how is the energy? So that I know your engagement is there, please abuse the chat box actually. So let's type there so that I know how is the energy. Up, down, so, whatever. Guys, that will be the only way of participation. Yeah, excited, sir. Thank you. Riyamai, I cannot pronounce the name, so I'm sorry, I don't want to pronounce your name wrongly as well. What about the others? Fine. Okay, with a namaste. Thank you, Akash. Feeling great, sir. Okay, thank you. Because your energy is what will be contagious to me as well, right? So your energy is also going to drive my energy. So this is the way we are going to have a very powerful interaction that way. Okay. Now, before I start off, I just want to have a quick query to the community here who are participating. 55, I believe some of them are faculties. So should I do this in English or should I do this in Manipuri? So blast the chat box now. Manipuri, English, whatever that is your convenience, I will do on that. Should I have this session in Manipuri or English?
I think it should be English Manipuri mixed or say because people from the ICT is going to be watching later on for monitoring purposes.
Okay, both.
Yeah, both.
Okay. Thank you everyone for your responses because that was important. I would love to connect with you more This is not about me here. My particular story is done. Chandrika has mentioned everything about me. Now the entire 1.5 hours for the discussion is about you, and the remaining half an hour, there is also going to be questions from you. So I'm going to be mixing both, and we'll start off right away, okay? Yeah, so how to start a startup. And this is a little like, when we organize programs, we organize in the way we organize entrepreneurship programs. So we have a little bit of contextualized and modified a little bit from our existing programs on entrepreneurship. And I believe this will be much productive and very practical to apply in your lives as well. So a little bit of context setting. So what is going to happen throughout this 1.5 hour? The first part will be a little bit of introduction. Partly it's done, but partly I want to introduce the important segment. In the morning session, you were talking with lead by design team. We're talking about the Avia, right? The unknown story. So what you see is what everybody knows, what I show in the profile so that everybody knows. But what you don't know about me is more important, right? So that part I would like to cover on that part. Then we'll talk a little bit about the foundation of a startup so that we understand where does startup really start from? Not directly getting into the sense of really running a business and all that sense. Then we will talk a little bit about the entrepreneurship myth and reality that is going on around in our in our region as well as mostly in the country itself. Then I'll talk a little bit about ABC of entrepreneurship, which is our flagship entrepreneurship awareness program that we have. Then the process of startup, which will be the core of what we'll be discussing today, because this is what I have been called for, to show you guys how to start up, right? Then commitment formula. So how do you stay committed to your journey? So that will be the formula that we have derived from our experiences. And there will be some exciting things here. So guys, there will be quizzes and there will be prizes. So please stay tuned and please pay attention to every detail that will be discussed here. It's a very short time and we are going to cover a lot of details. So it's going to be important that you stay committed to the learning and you take a lot of notes. So there will be quiz, and also I'm going to be awarding, there will be a prize for the person who gives me the most difficult question. Okay? So please be prepared with your questions. And then please take part, actively participate to your fullest. And at the end, the 30-minute segment, we are going to have our Q&A. So a little bit of ground rules. I would love you guys to put your video on if possible so that I know I'm interacting with a real human, right? It's a COVID time and I understand it has been difficult, but then this is the only way. What else can we also do? If this was possible offline, we are definitely going to be there. But this is now it's happening as an online mode. Online mode, the camera on to loina first bench ne off to bet among the tare. I don't know, so that I understand like people are there paying attention to, it's not just for me as well, but for everybody else, the engagement. Sit in a no distraction area. Adu mayam haidi mayam gi disturbance sound do disturb taroktana bako. Traffic ki bu erazu yum da gi bu laurak bako adum bazu mayam adum bata dana so that I have your undivided attention for the next 2 hours. Then keep your workbook, notepad, pen, water ready. Adum chana bathang bo erazu whatever makes you feel comfortable adum ready thambiyo nakta, so that we have a very kind of yamna wadaba ko yam smooth oiba adum engagement da tawraga interact tawraga adum continue tawjeba process se. Take a lot of notes. Aduga any question leiba kanda ne always akogi chat box is na viraga adum keno tawbiyo. Please park your questions in the chat box, okay? In the middle of the session, I might not be able to entertain every questions. You might have a lot of questions coming in your mind, but whatever there is questions that is available to you, please keep it in the parking lot. I mean, in the chat box, so that at the end of the session, I will answer all your questions. I promise you that. Every question I will answer. Si session I will get back to you. Adum mail I will respond to every question. So please keep your questions ready. Participate to your fullest and enjoy the learning. Okay? Holding a little bit of assessment test. Okay? So chat sida mayam chat link ama share to rake adugi do the link to click to wiraga na keno to wiro adugi response to. So I'm going to have a poll machamani ko chat sida mayam yang. Please go to this chat. Please go to chat box and click on the link and provide your response. I'm going to show you what is it that we are doing, okay? Okay, 1 second. I'll just show the screen, the response. Yeah, I hope everybody can see the screen. How many of you are engineers by choice? So we have 25 people responding, 26. Yes, yes, my God. This is crazy. Okay, everyone is engineer by choice. We have 40, 50 people here, so I would love everybody to participate. Okay, no, interesting. There are 3% of the people are saying no, engineer was not by choice. Okay, 37. Can we have 4 more at least? Let's cross 41. Great, great, great. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll stop the poll here. Okay, okay, it's coming on. Great. So 96%, okay, 93. Interesting. Okay, so with this, we have realized that almost all of you are engineers by choice, which is great. Because I'm going to come to a story about myself also. I'm also an engineer that way, so I'm going to come to that story. Okay, 92% is gone, decreasing now. Okay, thank you guys. So 92% of you are engineers by choice and 8% of you are engineers not by choice. So this is interesting because most of you are engineers by choice. Now let's go to the second one. Okay, so that's the second poll. Yeah, so how many of you plan to build startups? Let's see how many aspiring entrepreneurs do we have in this 65 group. I want to, but I'm not sure how. Okay, first guy. I will. Perfect. Okay, I prefer employment. 11%. Thank you. Good. Okay, come on, guys, keep it coming. We have 35 people responded. We have 65 in the group, so I believe we have at least another 20 more. Okay, 45. Okay. Okay, so we have got the idea, right? So 50% of you want to start up, but not sure how. And 25% of you really wants to start up. And another 25% prefers government employment or private company employment. So this is a good number to start because we can understand that at least 75% of you are aligned or oriented towards entrepreneurship and startup. So this is a good crowd. Okay, let me see if this is visible here. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to my presentation. So there was a little bit of gist for me so that I know with whom I'm interacting with. So what type of crowd I'm dealing with, right? So here we understand that 95% of you are engineers by choice and 75% of you would love to engage in startups. So that's a good start, and we'll start with a presentation again. Okay, I believe the screen is still visible. Can I get a thumbs up if the screen is visible?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
well.
it's visible.
Okay. Yeah. So that assessment part. So a little bit of history. So I am an engineer, right? So now you see this is my engineering score. That's a good number, right? I failed in 5 out of 6 papers. How is that? All of you must be toppers here. So here I have the record of failing 5 out of 6 papers. And this was in my 3rd semester in engineering. So this was a turning point for me because you know I have a record of failing in my pre-boards exam also in class 12. And again, for some reason, I managed to clear my 12th. Okay, so getting a first division 65% was not so difficult in the CBSE, so that is managed. But now in engineering, this is the story in the 3rd semester, 5 out of 6 papers. I know that I have a lot of friends here in the community like this. So this is where I want to start the story, right? So what happened here is the reason I'm here is because see, engineering was never my choice. So I'm among those 5% who said that I'm engineers. I'm an engineer not by choice, right? So I was also one of that person. So what happened in the engineering? Everything was so overwhelming because this was something I could never relate to. It's not that it was difficult or I could not understand, but the thing is, I never had any interest in the subject. So that was the biggest problem which I had. So that way, like, you know, my engagement were more into like other activities, more of extracurricular activities and other things. So which is why this is the result which I had. So what happened after this? After this is what happened is after that my parents and everybody kind of gave up on me, saying that see Jimmy, engineering is not for you. It's better you come home and you start a general course in any of the Manipur college here. But then that's when I took a challenge to them, saying that see this engineering, it does not really reflect my capability. This is just a score, and I'm going to prove it to you that I'm going to prove it to you, this is like I will clear this easily. But it's just that it is not something I'm really passionate or interested about. That's why this is reflecting here in the score. So that way I took the challenge, and then for some reason even my HOD of computer science department, she also called me and she made me write a letter saying that I have failed this much in this semester. Next time if I ever fail again, I'm going to pack myself up and I have to leave the college on my own accord with my own permission. Not that they will throw me out, but she made me write the letter saying that. So I wrote the letter. Okay, you want me to give you a confirmation that I will never ever fail again. And like I took that as a challenge and I gave her that letter. So that was the thing, like that was the challenge. After this is the only time I actually failed. After that I managed to clear everything in after that I have not failed again. And I have not failed again, and I managed to clear my final year with like 7.5 75 percentage. So that was quite shocking for even my HOD also. So he even called me some of the time to even talk to the people who were having a lot of backlogs. Jimmy, how did you really clear? I was not expecting, like I was only kidding when I made you write the letter, but you actually showed it, right? So how did I manage this, right? How did I manage to clear from, from having such backlogs? I was able to manage to get up to at least 75%, which is not a bad grade, because of which I also managed to land for campus placement also. So that's good, right? So moving on, I became a topper again in Tata Institute of Social Sciences. So this is a silver medal. I was not the gold medalist. I was the second. And then from there on, now the journey has been smooth. And now see, as a little bit of description that has been mentioned, I'm the founder of Tweak Learning and all those credibilities that was mentioned there. So now what I'm trying to what I'm trying to bring here is the story that, what made the transition between me as a failure, as a student who failed in engineering, and now why I'm able to be here on this platform, trying to, share my experiences and share my knowledge with you. So that was the beginning of the startup spirit. So that's what I wanted to bring to the light here, okay? So the startup is not necessarily for anybody who is a born genius. So nobody is born genius, right? So your circumstances and your desires and your aspirations is what is going to make you successful entrepreneurs. And it's going to what amount to your success. So I'm going to bring in all the details. And this is a little bit of what we do as an organization in Tweak Learning. So Tweak Learning Hub is our, the community of all the entrepreneurs that we have trained. And what we do is we provide a one-stop entrepreneurship solution, saying in the sense that, like kind of the entrepreneurship information is kind of cluttered on the internet. I mean, everything is available if you really look for it, but then it's all sparse. It's here and there. And, like even when you talk about, say, where do you create the ideas? So where do you go? Now you have an idea. Now, how do you build a business out of it? Where do you go? Now you have the business idea. Now, where do you go and where do you look for support for funding, the mentoring, and all those aspects? So we are position ourselves as a one-stop entrepreneurship solution provider so that everybody who is facing any challenges in the entrepreneurship venture can always approach us. The second part is our personalized support system. So the personalized support system, what it does is no person is equal, right? Everybody is special in their own way. So that's what we also try to bring here. You are also special in your own ways, in many ways. That's what I mean. You cannot be, the way that we are. At this point, I would like to bring to attention of our current education system, which is kind of, like right now, there is a little bit of, the skill and academia, the academia skill gap, the industry academia skill gap that is existing right now. So if you really look at the reports, you will see that only 56% are actually employable. 56% are not employable, 44% are employable. So the reason is why the 56% of graduates are not employable is because of this industry academia skill gap. So the skills that you have and the skills that the market is demanding, they are not aligned. And among those who are actually eligible are also engineers and management people only. The 44% of the graduates who are employable, they are engineers and they are management people, management students. But even in engineers, if you see, India is like a hub of engineers. It is there, you'll find on the report, only 80% of the engineers are actually employable. So what's going on now, right? Only 20% are employable. 80% of the engineers are not employable. So what does that mean to you? Your 4 years of education, and if you are not able to adapt to the skills that the market is demanding, so it is an opportunity cost for you, right? So that's what I'm trying to highlight here. So you need to understand your own your own nature, like the flow that you have, your own natural talent, because that's what is going to bring your livelihood, and that's what is going to make your success more easy. Then the third component that we provide is the shared space of leadership, which is we believe that leadership should be shared. Everyone is leader in their own sense, and everybody has the power to become leader, to lead in their own context. Not necessarily you have to be the leader of an entire country or the state, or even like you can be leader of like 5 people, 3 people, wherever it is. The shared space of leadership is what we put on value, because this is a trait that is going to transform the revolution. This is going to bring the necessary socio-economic challenges, the change that we are aspiring forward to, right? So a little bit of milestones and recognition that is mentioned a little bit there also in the introduction part. So far we have trained over 100 youths on specifically entrepreneurship. Otherwise, we also provide training on life skills like communications and other stuff, out of which 30% or 30 plus enterprise we have created through us, right? Some of the recognitions are as mentioned here, but this, I would say it's not so relevant for now, but I just wanted to show you like how I was able to transition from a failure student to be able to be where I am now. So are you guys ready to start up? Because that's where I'm trying to bring in here. If you're ready, please give me a thumbs up on the chat or say ready on the type so that I know your engagement is with me. Come on, guys. Blast the chat now. Okay, great. I see a lot of thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah. So what is the foundation of startup? So the foundation of startup is actually very simple. We don't really have to we don't really have to complicate everything. So that's what we are also trying to bring to the table here, that everything, whatever that we are considering as risky or everything that is complex, it's because we have not discussed much often, because it has never been brought on the table for discussion. Our brainstorming are never around startups or building businesses. It has always more to do about, like if you talk about it, like in today's world, we'll be talking about like how to land a government jobs or anything. So the same discussion, if we also bring about startups, it's going to be so much easy. It's not so easy. Otherwise, what is not risky? Everything is risky, right? Yumdagi thola azu gari na thombe ai kaino. Natra gari thora azu college tana gari tongala azu dum thombe ai gari na. But why are you coming? Why are you doing that every day? Kaigino haraka andadi traffic rule ama lai left ta chatkadamni right ta chatkadamni haibagi part ama lai jare. Plus adu natabida khoi traffic signal gi ju maintain tawnaba mi ju lai jare, mi ju understand tawe. Adugumba rule mayam ama koina create taw lairamnina akoi process ju samai ba dum. Adumaina koina startup ki oresu entrepreneurship ki oresu chap chap adugumba mayam do koina everything streamline taw kan dadi kai dogi lu doino. Stock market hire example lu re hai tar ga ju but akoina foundation du clear ore ga di dum lai di dune. So similarly, okay, startup ki dasu foundation of startup se kai dala kani har kana your purpose. Tabada di am simple way, but kalu kanda di am lu bane ko. So one day daga di phang dabai ai, because it is a repeated process. Akoi ki purpose ai ji kai no har kanda ko. Other purpose ai ji dum basically ngasai gi akoi ki design thinking part dasu half of the things have been covered. First answer to see the why do you want to start up hai baje moi gi duna ngasai tau gi baduna what is karihani, why do you want to change this, why do you want to tackle this challenge hai badu no the problem ahum identify tau hai gi dana. They made you identify the problem, so aduga identify tau ri do kai do why no do challenge maru oi ri do na hang bado same question ne ba koi startup tajo why do you want to start up kai do why no no startup ma honingi je aduga and what will you create kari no no saraka do jina, then how will you start up sigi question ahum ji da chat se ko. Sigi question ahum ji da noi gi part ne ba homework ta why do you want to start up haibasidi akoi gi intrinsically manung dagi lakadaba pot oeba, it has to come from your end. And then ngasai gi design thinking part ta tau hibado adugi exercise to muk follow ta bioba repeat ta bioba why do you want to start up kai do wai no no startup ama honingi je challenge ama fight tawning bagi ne adugi challenge to kai do wai no no da maru oi ri je habagi du lai je aduga what will you create har ka anding ngasai design thinking part ta share ta gibado brainstorm many ideas. You start with one idea, then do next ideas, matang ideas to generate or propaganda. Mayam duga khwaidagi feasible oiba ama create lakpado adugi part to never. So pe hojiki design thinking gi note lobu mayam duna laitar gadi dum share to minaro no masen dasu. Aduga anda you will have the idea. The idea generation amagi hojiki design thinking gi process to never chat to dum. So that is your part. Sigi part sidana ko. Ada aigi role dadi kari no arakandi how will you start up? So this is my role here today, and this is what you will get. At the end of the session, you will know how to start up, and that's my guarantee. Okay? Number one, the finding your purpose. Finding your purpose ki maru eba part hai. Japanese concept the Ikigai. How many of you are familiar with Ikigai? Anybody? Chat to me hierarchy se hai. Anybody familiar with Ikigai? Me habiro familiar with taragadi. Okay, I take it I am familiar with Rena Laujarage ko. So Ikigai habagi meaning the reason for being hai ko. English translation da. Japanese concept ni the reason for being hai meaning why are you the way you are. Nang no way do the way mine way no. Whatever that you are in, okay. So that is Ikigai. The Ikigai is karino har kanda koina akoi ki purpose ama understand tauge hire kan dadi khwaidagi live process se Ikigai haiba sigi jina di henna khwaidagi simplify tauba ngame ada sigi Ikigai gi sida chart ama piri je koi gi kai haidana concentric circles me ama ko ada Ikigai haiba gi meaning ji karino hire kan dadi akoi gi mayai da leiriba part ji Ikigai ni aduga anda Ikigai gi component mari lei mission, passion, profession, vocation na. So these are the 4 components of Ikigai. Aduga anda noi nang aside discuss taugi what is the challenge you want to I don't know, solve the challenge that you have identified to solve, adugi do never missionizing as I design thinking this that which the world needs akoigi society da darkar laiba poto that which the world needs haidu neba mission aduga that which you love noina pambagi neba adu select tawraido ising ki problem oigera natragana akoigi road ki problem oigera transportation ki problem natragana ngasai gi akoigi say suppose gender equality ki matang dasu dum mayam amma share tawbiredana so many aspects mayam share tawridu da akoigi mission je karino haraka anda akoigi society da su darkar laiba aduga akoina tawbasu pamba adugi duna akoigi mission kauniba. Then next part, akoina tauba akoina hojiki da particular hojiki activity na tragana particular change to pam hai jaba that particular activity akoina pamba adugi activity na tragana adugi kahani adugi particular activity do akoina taubazu haiba adugi part na akoina passion kor kaniba hadi what you love and what you are good at. For example, hadi maybe you are good at hadi suppose kahani ai je football yamna pam hai jaba ko football pame hai taragazu ai football sanaba hitragadi it is only a hobby passion ko baya deba so passion har kya har kandadi aina ju pambo igadaba aduga aina tawbuju haibo igadaba ada hojiki mission du amalai jare aduga hojiki passion du amalai re nangi mission du su nangi passion oigadam neba aduga hojiki nangna haibaju oiba adu haibadugi da makta nangona paisa ju phangbo oiba there is profession what you are good at and what you get paid for adu iduna profession oireko ada nangna hojiki the passion du da idea aina guitar khomba haire natra football sanaba haire hai taragasu adu dagi paisa laktragadi it's only a passion it's not going to be a profession adugi part to ma miss tawr ni dana profession part adu dang oiragadi aduna adugi da makta paisa phangmaju oigadaba aduga paisa phangmaju oiba aduga koi society su kana boiba adugi duna koina vocation kaurakani ba aduga hojiki mission ne passion ne profession ne vocation ne si mayam je pulap align tawr kanda nangi purpose tu oini ba so simply speaking following your passion aduga nang society amagi problem solve tawagi da makta nangona maya adum nangona income generate tawrpa so that is what your purpose is hojiki part to the nebo ko hojiki da noina ju challenge ama haire dana suppose noina ising gi akoi gi potable water phangre na haire potable water phangre is a very big concern all over the world manipur gi gatanate manipur da ju lei haibone manipur gi solve tawrakanda to pamapum da ju translate tawngam pa yaiba adugi du yare mission oiba yare adai daragidi isingi problems nang solve tawning manina it's something which you love aduga anda isingi problem du solve tawnabagi nang skill leibra haiba question du la ani leye lekte aduri noi gi answer mo ijarani ko ada leiragadi adugi du passion da chumakani suppose noi je hoji engineer oibanina maybe hojiki da kai haidoino kai gi engineering gi line sida how do you really solve maru oina kai gi filtration process sida karmaina kai gi engineering gi skills ji hapsalakani ko adugumba mayama hapsalakpa yaiba adugi part to saru adugi poto water filtration gi noina product ama sarakandadi you will be paid pesa phangdoine adugi dama that becomes your profession adumaina fulfill to boirakani ba so brainstorm khandawo ko noina sigi da noigi mission noigi passion noigi profession noigi vocation je loina mak align to bokanda noigi purpose hai du clear oirakani ba adu da lakani ba noigi hojiki startup ama hobogi je sigi mission ama identify to baje blindly mission gatang oitaragadi startup to noiju wani ba frustration adum char to kani ba akoina tawba ngamba ama decide tawbi gadawne ba okay so that is for the purpose akoigi foundation gi da ko sigi purpose si clear oi taragadi hojiki profession do ngasagi profession tarapakanda kari profession oina oibano harakanda entrepreneur oina oirakanda ne bano ina startup ama hogadawde haidi noina whatever problems lay iba me amje solve tawgadaba there are many ways of solving government ki employee oraga ju noina solve tawba ngamba yai private company ama thabak tawraga ju noina solve tawba ngamba oibe yai but adubu aina oina tawraga solve tawni harakanda ne ba koina profession ji entrepreneur harakanda aduna startup city who is it for harakanda di akoigi primary criteria adudi startup si kanana hoge harakanda di startup haibis di entrepreneur amana honi ba aduga entrepreneur oibaje organization amai manung da su dum oibe yai ba ko not necessary nangi organization ama lai gadawne haibagi laite ko ada noigi organization amagi manung da entrepreneur mo oirakanda na noise intrapreneur haina kauni ba adum noi wari su dum khangam gani dana haidi akoigi say suppose IS officer DC mayam ama su akoigi lam da taraga moina village gi problem mayam ama solve tawri sidi moina idea do tor ising phangdaba gi obi school gi obi hospital gi obi moina idea do thadaraga how do you really bring health education electricity sigi village da kamai pura kadoino ha do moi entrepreneurship skill ni dana adubu as an employee they are called entrepreneur intrapreneur ko ada noi gi entrepreneur mo oirakanda di sigi dala isina koi startup sidi noi gi nasagi on hojarakani harakanda that's when you are called as entrepreneur so entrepreneur haiba ma oibatu di maru oireko startup amma hodringaida you have to be an entrepreneur adugi entrepreneur oinabadi now dig to your purpose ngasagi purpose to the chatlo aduga anda noina solve tawning ba ngasagi design thinking gi idea du loro aduga what is it that you really want to solve haiba do understand tawro and are you capable of solving it haiba do ma fazana analyze to biro aduloi kan noida dum clearly dum objective to clear and noina pam baduga noina ngam baduga mana tragadi wagani ba hobadasu so Sigi sida next la is na koi entrepreneurship ka entrepreneurship har kanda entrepreneurship ki sai akoi ki surrounding or in the market there are many myths revolving around it. The first is entrepreneur are same as business owner. Business amabu ron ta utara di entrepreneur na pangkaw kaw na re. Natraga na is dum kari hani suppose any sort of paisa generate taw gadaba any sort of sarkar ki thabak taw dabida natraga na private company da thabak taw dabida ai gi isana paisa khara generate tawre hai taragadi entrepreneur haina dum min ko baje landi la leba ko kai no har kan dadi business owners haiba go entrepreneur haiba khara dum khene business owners har kan dadi akoi gi trader gumba haidi reselling tawri je no gi pan dukan ama hange haiba ai ko no gi hotel ama restaurant ama taw boy be ai haiba adum myam am le be ai adubu akoi ne yo leiba poto if it is just a reselling of products kaishu am na koi na kahani problem oina solve taw na tabida but as a source of akoi income generation you in tarok padudi akoi na business kauni ba it's not an entrepreneurship ko second part the entrepreneurship knowledge it only comes from experience ada sige myth ne haidi experience dagi la agadi adu da ne mayam ki halije yam risky oe akoi na changsalu dragadi kamaina khangdoino kamaina haidoino haibugi question je but entrepreneurship se akoi it's not just only from the experience haibadi akoi na chahi kaya no entrepreneurs mayam ma oiba lak pasidagi now we are able to understand haidi moi gi process and step mayam no koi no list down tawram ne ba tak pa ya bai ne ba aduna go koi so many akoi keno b school mayam do entrepreneurship course happy sidi tak pa yam dragadi experience oi taragadi kai dobugi hapkani IIM oirajo amo oirajo kai dobugi entrepreneurship takani natra ada it requires a lot of financial investment no mina khali je koi gi paisa bu le the business ama to hor la manga piyo ai business to my pakani no it does not make sense la manga pi rage entrepreneur masamak to entrepreneur gi quality chen ragadi la manga do tha taruk te loini la manga do dum pat tat kani entrepreneur amo itar ragadi lising manga pi raju tha taruk te ma lising yang khai on thong ngam gadam ne so that is the quality reality de di kari no harakan de di entrepreneurs the problem solvers never ngasai gi noina challenge me am identify tawraga kamaina solve tawni haibu ngasi phangda bai hayeng phangda bai adubu noina repeatedly adum idea do adum brainstorm tawraga phangna bu hona targa di one day noisu understanding amala kani oh sidi yadhaure haibu do so that's the journey entrepreneurship ki ko ada hojiki entrepreneurs are problem solvers business ama on the way haibu do no entrepreneur define to bunate entrepreneur har ka andri moji problem ama solve to gam mi do they are entrepreneurs like hojiki IAS officer koina keno da lambi da du porai ba hai du du mazu entrepreneur ne adubu wahai da koina intrapreneur haina ko wane masagi own company am run tau de haibugi ko but they are problem solvers second the entrepreneurship can be learned sida su right now what I'm doing I'm also training you guys on entrepreneurship chamane I'm imparting the experience and knowledge haidi ai isagi experience aduga ai ngonda takpirak pa tambirak pa mayam dugi experience to bundle tawraga si table sida pura ine baina this is how you are learning adoi taragadi noina makok tagi dragasu already mayamna soi hiba mayamna tau hiba du mayam du loi utaragadi noi hobda su yamna smooth oina khaitang less risky oina hoba yare dana ko aduga anda koi gi next it requires a lot of financial investment no what it requires is a great business idea again go back to the design thinking great business ideas di kamaina generate tawni hai do design thinking process tu na neba I say suppose she is khaloba akoi si phone ne bai ge si gi phone je kaido we know why it is designed this way box oi disi kai no example ni ko box oi disi kai no akoi gi anoki glass se si is minus case tawre is minus thamai kai no cholo laga tala pan disi kai no si da la iba design je this is all part of design thinking product ama solution ama same ge hai taraga di chana ba yamno optimum oiba darka leiba yam henda ba yam darka leita ba adum ma yam dune ba design thinking no adum any bottle gi shape yengo coca cola thaina gi bottle gi shape ka hojikal leiba bottle shape ka loi wala ise this is all part of design thinking matam dugi chana riba problem du solve tawna bo honar pada solution du shape ama dum la ka doine ba so it involves a great business idea du lai taraga di no in a different ways of akoi gi apply tawna ba dum lai ba no gi hojiki funding du gi di hojik matam jida di there are so many funders idea du phajaba thok te awane business idea suppose akoi manipur da encouragement budi khara wali ko haidi manipur context la lora kan da di akoi gi business idea no ba har kan da yeng biro dum haidi yamna basic oi ba dum oirakani ba taseng na akoi gi suppose Iron Man gi keno ga akoi gi costume ga sa gi ba angang gum ba do adu gum ba how many people do we really have natra akoi gi MTU zu engineering gi college amani akoi gi engineering tammi bani aduni na we are expecting haidi MTU gum ba da gi su we are expecting so much technological development from this akoi space tagi adumbadunewa koina hojiki matamda darkar lerebde engineers neba kwaidagi hena equip oirise entrepreneur ama oirapada creator ama oirapada ko so we'll take it one by one see part city so what is the startup ama hire kan dadi kari oire startup ama hire kan dadi akhoi gi startup ki oina definition dadi india gi oina definition dadi startup haise number 1 da they are a company di kaino company hire kan dadi akhoi gi ministry of corporate affairs the registered tauriba organization entity dubu akoina company kawe akoina 1% company oibe ai natragana LLP oibe ai limited liability partnership oibe ai natragana akoina private limited company oibe ai so these are companies can you please mute your mic yeah thank you the number 1 the koi startup india gi oina startup aibagi meaning the definition je company oigadam never Hojiki Ministry of Corporate Affairs register tawuse either 1% company hoigara limited liability partnership hoigara natragana private limited company hoigara adugi part hoine aduga it should be less than 10 years in operation sahi tara phadribo organization hoigada sise anobu definition ne matam gi dum khaga update lakpani ko hanadi akoi sigi je sahi manga hairame amu tare don thoi hoji mu tara oire the turnovers in a less than 100 crore hoigada hadi chakhalakpagi matam in ne hanadi 25 crore oiramane hojiti 100 crore oire noigi revenue earning has turnover hargadi profit to nate ko chap chana noigi business 100 crore gi transaction tawragadi noigi bank balance to the 100 crore seasonary hargadi adugi akoi startup definition gi part 100 crore dagi henda yaroi then ahum suba part ya maru ebane startup ma harake hai kandadi hojiki organization do innovative scalable impactful oigadaw never so it should be innovative hai taragadi noina tawriba semiba product to it should be something that is not already in existence kaitang di khena tare ko yam kan khena da bi nata bi pura khena anowa entirely anowa musemo invent taw hai bai nate ba suppose sigi bottle ama ai gi bottle am pai hare si makhum je hang manu ai tre hare ba ko sumaina taw buda ai minute se suppose sigi makhum hang majida angon da second ahum mange hare je second ahum natal second ani mange hare je second ani mang baje angon da di mange adu kai tawni adu taragadi si bottle ji de mu phari akoi gi kai hani zipper ga lei du matam kuin jang hare je adu taragadi noina innovative ohen gi hai taragadi adu gi zipper du da button am hapcha laga tak kame laga zipper gi makhum du tak haina hang dokra ga di samdro maina ung lei be mu ta I see the press of a button tak haraga makhum je pak pai thokre button tak melaga makhum je makhum jale example ni ko ungdra su yare da na doi targa de adum badu that is innovation example ni simple the scalable haraga andri noi gi idea business idea do akoi gi size da katang chatna boy ga da na ta ba ko whatever noi na sida design to riba same iba mayam do it should be replicable in the other market also Manipur da same hai taragaju akoi gi atopa mafam da loina chatna bangamba adugumba product mayam do impactful harakan da maru oina akoi gi kahani economy da transformation ama purak pasungam boiba employment generation bu oiragasu natragana in the form of akoi gi kahadino society da purak pada impact se mayam ama akoi gi se suppose employment generation gi wana tana akoi na startup ama tawa matam da suppose akoi Manipur da bamboo cane guma yam phangi hare bamboo cane guma je season araga akoi na bionics kumba ma saragati example haidi akoi na robotics oina steel gumba dum badu di akoi na raw material procure to da tang pa yai adu akoi Manipur da cane lei bamboo lei adu cane bamboo jina akoi gi extension ama saba ya gadra ba mi ji khud se amputate oire khud tat le harga di khud ki extension je noi cane na akoi gi cane id gyan tai ko ama akoi gi li do na hojiki extension to bangam gadra ba mi ama khongte harga di artificial khong je noi hojiki cane jina sem bangam gadra ba so adu impact ti pura ine da na mi ama chat pangam da badu chat pangam ka doine adu gi keno technology and adu gi solution do na aduga fourth ta hojiki startup ama hire kan di anoba venture oiga dam ne ba hana koi gi papa na tawramba business dagi aina nauna semkana pa haibu natte it should be a new venture so there is this definition of startup akoi india gi oina ko other than that atopadi akoi na startup na tabasing matang dadi startup beyond its definition hire kan dadi akoi na akoi regional context ki oina yamna maru ba point ne MSME and non profit hare je The MSME is the startup sing the bra harakan the if you really talk about the definition of startup haragadi akoina company amaje full fledged oina run tawdringaida before the company becomes a full fledged organization adugi da adu horakna ba sela ibedo haidi akoigi business do develop tawrapa adumaina tawrapa akoigi organization ge horakpa stage dune ba akoina startup haise plain simple language da adu da akoigi startup ama haina ba definition ama sum thonja wane akoigi keno gi oina rule ama nei bagi ko startup india da register tawge khot ki hai taragadi nasai gi sida share tawgiba sigi definition je akoina follow tawni ba adubu akoina sigi da ju aseng ba dum keno da akoigi kai haidoino spirit tadi sijo dum startup ko ba yai ba the startup ta akoigi manipur natraga northeast region gi oina maru oina di MSME na ne ba nammi je micro small medium enterprises hai ne ko micro small medium enterprises hai bagi meaning di karino har kan da akoigi sees the chap chana definition or kan da di starting from adu moi jo 100 crore makha da di oi adu akoina low investment tawba keno da akoigi business ama run tawba da then akoigi khaitang regional oina oirakpa haidi akoigi suppose manipur gi oina manipuri market ki northeast oiragana northeast market ki adumaina khaitang regional oiba akoigi business innovation je aduga akoigi owner control ji ju pamakpa haidi akoigi startup tadi akoigi global problem solve tawrakadamne haibani na aina owner oige haibadugi natteba adunina akoigi keno ownership control je MSME dani moina pamakpa so maru oina MSME da lai je akoigi kwaidagi popular oiba locally haragadi akoigi proprietorship firm gumma je then partnership firm hai je LLP ka partnership ka manate ko LLP na limited liability partnership hai bane sigi partnership sina akoigi kai den akoigi state ki keno da lakadani jurisdiction da adu self help group kumala kani adu cooperative society kumala kani aduga at the same time non profit da jo koi dum startup like non profit nga sai gi akoigi lead by design hai do non profit ki organization ne moise section 8 company ne section 8 company sina akoigi organization je non profit oina di run tawba adubu paisa tan badi yaba paisa tan be yaraga ju noina chabe yaroi dawa company da mu thada ga dawa oiba aduna section 8 kawe trust and society sina akoigi hana dagi chanara ba NGO hai je trust and society ni ko the trust and society ki jo akoigi dum kharga khena bale adubu I'm not going to the legalities adugi nate adum just isam samna understand to be horo sigi business ki da ko startup amma hire ka andadi moina expect to riba pot sidi sigi sine ba ko adubu noina entrepreneur amma oina startup amma generate tawdraga ju as an entrepreneur MSME amma noina create tawraju nothing is wrong startup amma tawde ade haiba laite ba konang amma kanda experience layer kanda idea du phajaba ngam kanda adum chat pe yaiba startup to on ki yaiba amba hora pagidi noi adum MSME dum horasu yaiba yamna low investment da yamna risk name ba ina try tawraga okay so how to build a startup so this is the part where akoigi sigi keno sigi oina di crux e ngasigi discussion sigi oina sigi je startup ama horapoda koina ngasai di clear oigre startup am hauba haibaje entrepreneur amana horakadam ne haibaje entrepreneurship ki akoigi 3 pillars like sigi sine koina ABC of entrepreneurship hena hairi je akoi tweak learning gi oina sigi je flagship kahani akoi master class oina takpane mayam da entrepreneurship ki awareness ama pina ba na ko the 3 pillars of entrepreneurship si karino har ka andadi number 1 the A hai je ABC je acronym ni A is na koi gi attitude mastery je entrepreneur ama oigi hai taragadi mi du the entrepreneur ama gi attitude chen gadam ne ba the entrepreneur ama gi attitude hai taragadi ngasai gi number 1 the moi je problem solving to problem du ne ba moina solve taw gada badi number 1 the paisa du di dum lakchani ba moina problem solve taw budu yamna phajana solve tawraga society ne yamna pam solution ama puthok taragadi paisa du di automatically dum lak taw lai rabane adubu productive phajaba nataba adubu namdana paisa di lau dia ro habi mong hojigi product yu onaba taw taragadi scam oina tarai je ana koi manipur da di yamna thuna easy earning quick rich scheme mayam ama chatli ji kai gino mi mayam ama na sida changjala easy kai gino paisa mayam ama lauraga mang ji kai gino har kan di akoi gi adugi attitude tu na ne ba akoi na attract taw jaba ne ba mi lai do akoi somda kari gumba akoi na adugi entrepreneurship ki attitude tu da ai problem ama solve taw hai je chap chana sigi chap chaba structure am lai ga daw ne noi gi business model du ulau yenge noi company ji kana no adu na ta vida akoi gi maning lom da gi la aga paisa yam pai na ba upai am lai taning bro mingon da di haidok kanu hai du adugi adum business thaja bi gano entrepreneur am oina di isa gi tawriba business to da yam proud oi jagadam ne ba adumaina oi organization mayam am lai manipur da su adugu akoina pamu ba adum ba attraction do yarigadi adugi mayam do akoi tawhondana ba ju hona jeba natra di future economy da haidi khalune suppose adumaina akoina paisa do hena phangdoram ne na thada ki ba mi sing do manga kan da no mu da kasu moina wari share tawroiba adumaina I lupa la manga thada ru mi hura la sakre ha wari di ta de ne ko yawdi mayam am yaw do ne adubu thola kan da adu mayam am tawre adum ba wari du di ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ shiny object syndrome ꯗ ꯆꯠꯃꯤꯟꯅꯔꯣꯏꯖꯦꯕ sincere ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ authentic ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ethically ꯑꯗꯨꯝ business ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ attitude ꯇꯣ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯁꯦ second ꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ business mastery ꯗ ꯇꯥꯛꯏꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ business ꯁꯦ how do you run a business entrepreneur ꯑꯃ attitude ꯇꯨ ꯆꯦꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯅ business ꯑꯃ run ꯇꯧꯔꯨꯔꯒꯁꯨ business ꯇꯣ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯃꯥ ꯃꯅꯤꯡ ꯍꯟꯈꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯁ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯀꯗꯥꯏ ꯁꯣꯏꯈꯤꯕꯅꯣꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯀꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ automatically attitude ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯇꯥꯔꯛꯀꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ next ꯁꯤ clear ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ business ꯇ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯑꯗꯣ business ꯇ clear ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ communication ꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ communication ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩ business ꯁꯦ ready ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ready ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯅꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯪꯍꯜꯂꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ communication ꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯇꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ business ꯑꯃ plan ꯑꯃ ꯁꯦꯝ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ team ꯑꯃ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯛꯀꯅꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯁꯨ discuss ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯗꯣ team ꯑꯃ unite ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ mission ꯗꯨꯅꯅꯦꯕ company ꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ company ꯁꯤ ꯁꯥꯕꯅꯤ ꯁꯤ ꯁꯦꯝꯗꯧꯔꯕꯅꯦ society ꯗ ꯁꯤ change ꯑꯃ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ communicate ꯇꯧꯅꯤ office ꯗ culture ꯑꯃ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ communication ꯗ so ꯁꯤꯒꯤ in detail ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ just in case ꯃꯇꯝ ꯐꯪꯉꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯗꯥꯖꯃꯤ ꯍꯣꯏꯒ ꯁꯤꯜꯂꯒ ꯅꯣꯡꯃ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯤꯜꯂꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ process of starting up ꯁꯤꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯁꯦ process of starting up ꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯔꯤꯁꯦ main ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯗ process ꯃꯔꯤ ꯄꯤꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯤꯗ ꯍꯟꯖꯟ ꯍꯟꯖꯟꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ repeat ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯆꯠꯀꯅꯤꯀꯣ first ꯗ ideate ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ validate ꯃꯊꯪꯗ fundraise ꯃꯊꯪꯗ scale ꯁꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯃꯊꯪꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ideate ꯃꯊꯪꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ validate ꯃꯊꯪꯗ fundraise ꯃꯊꯪꯗ scale ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯆꯠ ꯂꯩꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ wheelꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯀꯥꯟꯗ ideate ꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ activities ꯅ ꯀꯔꯤꯅꯣ what do you do when you ideate ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ purpose ꯇꯣ ꯅꯣꯏꯒꯤ purpose ꯇꯣ find your purpose तसेंगना नोइना पुरकनिंगिबा अहोंबदु करिनो नोइ अदु पुरकप ngamgadra adu purakpagidamakta noida paisa phanggadra so that is your purpose then identify the market problem that you wish to solve ngasai mayam ama akhoi social problem ama highlight tawigibado mamangi design thinking dasu aduga noida su mayam ama lehoredana mi adum tara kun mayam ama idea share tawminarpado aduga and market problem ama solve tawre adu noi solve taw ngamgadra haibadugi noida ahamba adugi affirmation amadu thambirobako ngamni ngammoi ngammagadi karamba level de ngamni haibadugi process mayam ama lei achauba problem ni achauba problem de thugairaga macha adum onthopi gadamni akoina duido problem mapping kawe sigi part sida di yaroi adubu problem mapping hair kan this suppose noina isingi problem achauba do koi manipur gi ising pulap phangan ba haibisi achauba problem ama oi be yaiba adubu problem ama macha amoina example da koi gi kai haini ising gi da hair kan se suppose akoi gi bathroom da kon pheng bada akoina sida natragana washing machine da phi su bada adu tawri si mayam sida akoina ising mangi ba mayam je sigi je koina gray water kawe sigi je gray water ji kamaina mu noi afaba onan bangamni haibi kaisu luba process di oi roiba filtration gi process khara changakani sedimentation du da accelerate tawgada part am yarakani adu gi da noi kok thadhara oba yamna chawba gi all manipur gi khanbiru gi noba isam jamna ising du phangre hai taragadi hojik phangi ba ising ji hana phajana efficiently utilize tawna bo in tawseba suppose akoina hare matam mi amada ising je mangan da gi hai taragadi nomada mi amna si naga da je liter kun de hena si naga no hai liter kun hai ji da koi gi jar gumba mane jar gumba mane koi gi ising thakpagi ko ada ising thakba jar du na noi phi ju su iru julu ja kon ju pheng chak su thongba thakpa ju si na liter kun je adum koi warak pa yai ising da dum khanbiro ne dum no ongtang iru lu ja ba bucket ani hum changi du ne bucket ani hum ai du 60 liter ne adugi mangdanabadi irulujabada mangdanaba kaidoge haibno bucket ahum do iruluja thokraga ju amuka bucket ahum kamai lemon ni kon phengbagi amuka bucket ahum kamai lemon ni phi subagi adu da khanbiro yamna chauna urudraga ju ko adumaina mayam ama brainstorm tawba yaiba si activity ji tawrakanda kari lakani harakanda minimum viable product haiba outcome ama lakani ba minimum viable product harakanda di ngasai gi idea mayam du noina share tawraba matungda idea mayam du try tawraba matungda thola iba product to ai si already yardo male market ta putho aje na noina ama semjara kadoi do adui du ne ba koina minimum viable product haije idea dagi lakadaba ne ba minimum viable product sina ko the minimum viable product in noina phang semba ngama matungda di kaidorakani har kana next process ta koina validate haije validate id noina sema iba product to tasengna market na pame pamde du yengba chappa so hojiki validate tawboina hojiki product tu noina market ta purani aduga market research tawrani customer market research tawr ko haije hojiki du ne customer du na pame pamde natragana kari darka lai kari hena awat pa lai aduma mayam lobdo market research ka weba ko adu customer segmentation har kanda noina yon gadaruiba product tu jo tasengna mi loina maki oram da bayaiba suppose keno hairaseba ko aina yamna luxury oiba keno ama sare hairaseba kai hani akhoi ornament natragana yamna luxury phi atangmam sare hairasene ko phi atangmam sare yamna phajaba design da akhoi world class design da phi atangmam sare adu phi atangmadu sarkanda aigi phi do mi loina mak leiba ngam da boyaba aina phi do 10,000 da yola agadi aigi phi lei ngam gadabadi lising tara paiba mi haidi lising tara pot fee the thadaba ngamgadaba mi dane ba ini yang kadoije adugi part tu suma clear era kadoine noina customer segmentation haije sigumba customer je kadai do oigadam no lising tara piba leiba lising tara piba fee leiba ngamgadam mi ji tham da lak amadi cha tamni family income oina tham da la am cha da mi duna di lising tara da magi fee amadi leira roidana adoi taragadi noi la am jawa mi je kaya no manipur da kaya lei kana kana oidi banu ha du thirani adoi tari noina atopa la ama tham da la ama hai di sahi da lak tara hai raje buko sahi da lak tara dagi makha jaba du di kaido bogi noina moida mu yon sana lei doino silaroi yamna kanna ngangna raga amani budi phangni adubu 80% dudi lak tara jaba mi duna dum lak doine aduna noi kaido wai matam mangan doino aduna aduda dum chakhrani buko adugi dune ba koina segmentation hai raise aduga stakeholder har ka andinga sai jo hai gibedo kana no participate tawri do hai bedo noi business ama operation ama tawre hai taragadi who are the stakeholders haidi as a founder as a entrepreneur ama as a startup ki noi founder ama oina noi gi di organization ama saramni na noi ama di maru oijarani aduna tabda leibi gadaba mi ama zula ani customer oina aduna tabda customer bu layo haina in gadaba influencer ama zula ani aduna tabida koi gi policy maker ma ama zula ko yai phi gi adu keno ta rate adu oigradam ne da oigradam ne na traga admain thamagadi so adu guma mayam su understand tawba kana no responsible oiri je habdo then akoina customer du critical feedback to adu lawba market ta chalaga akoina ngamnaba in manataba ai pot tu di yes hojiki minimum viable product to puraga akoina market ta chatpa ganda ai du phabane haiga daw nate mayam da si problem ji solve tawnaba ai si semjarak pane mayam amte yeng biyo kai mod leke yeng ho ngasagi isingi filtration du dala aji ko example isingi filtration du da hojiki geno du da suppose test tawraba matungda naibadugi anaibado gray water do koina irulu jabada fizu da season abado drinking water na clean water amu hele hare kan clean water dugi test tawba kan da clean water do test tor kan yamna hard oire kongon ju thokte hare kan di adugi feedback to logadam ne akoina jam wan honaraga noina kaimta ju mo lobida ba hare emotional oibadi ya deba ko mina pamde haidi pamde haibadu ne ba adu da koina yam kana ye lungai leite ba kaido bogi pamdri no kai tawraga di paman be yani adumai na hangbiragadi moina o adoi daragadi sida sumai tawbiro si sumai yaholagadi hena nungai do male adum haijarani ba mina adugi mayam du note tawraga noina mo yumda chalaga adu dane ba koina innovate hai tarkadoise innovate tu tawroba ahamba sembaduna perfectly oiroiba ngasai haibado solution di no mata su perfect oiroina haibado adu dum tarakani ba ada hojiki du chalaga mayam dugi apam do harakanda koina chalaga adoi taragadi semi ba potu da amuk kharaga semjan sajalaga innovate tawrani ba adu larakanda di kai phangani noi what will you get out of that activity validate or matungadi you will get a product market fit market ta chana ba product ama phangani aduga noigi sustainable oiba business model ama phangani adu ai matang lake then business model du clear ore kan dane noina business entity lakadoise business entity haidi kaino ai je aham da register direct option gadam nate ba aina tawraiba business dugi matungina ai entity du register tawgadam ne aina tawraiba mong dugi haidi suppose kayani sole proprietorship private limited company sole proprietorship ne na phai hai ba kaisu laite partnership ne na phai hai ba kaisu laite llp ne na phai hai ba kaisu laite private limited company ne na phai hai ba laite magi context to gi magi tawri ba nature of business to na tajarak pane ba adu hana register tawgano ba company ama tawrakanda company maming du budi thonjau adubu company ama register tawhino no gi business model do chap chana clear ore kan the business ki karam among the register tawgadavno karam among the incorporate tawgadavno haibado nogi business model do clear ore kan the tawbio the business model do gi next harake ko sigi sida nogi business model clear ore nogi company do clear ore register tawre har matung dadi next kai dor kani fundraising ji tarani fundraising ji dadi noine tawgadav ji kaino noi business plan am ready like tabiyaroi business model do dagi lakadoine business model habis di yamna basic oiba dum one page da dum represent tawra jungami adu business plan ama har pasi de khoi gi notebook kumba ma lari kumba ma haitare noi gi business tawgada du gi entire wari ji li roine noi gi company ji na kamai oibano founder na kana no founder ji gi kai hai ni founder ji gi share me am ji na kamai tawri no equity ji kamai adu yena ba ko loina ma adu company gi matang la ani then noi gi product gi matang da la ani everything amna detail oina ko page ni phu yang khai dum chama yo buju yai ko adumaina detail oina everything explain to widoine ba hojiki business plan du dadi ada business plan du dagi noina satok piraga pitch tawnaba slide oina semakpa karamba part no haidi noi business pitch ta 1 minute khatang phangba yai 20 minutes phangba yai 30 minutes phangba yai 1 hour phangba yai adubu business plan je ready oi dagadi noi business pitch so warakani plan ji ready or kan pitch yam samakani ada fundraise tawnaba di activity do si semani noina pitch tawni adu kan khudak ta phangda bai noi business ki hojiki funding do mi tara chaluraga mi tara du da kanamo pirakte hairaga noi disappointed kachu oiganu akoi gi business ki pitching da akoi gi funding phangbogi success ratio je 1 out of 100 ne lairi je chama da pitch tawr kan amane phangdoi je ama phangduna di noi gi entire life si change tawdoi ne tawbodi adubu chama da noi pitch tawbogi adugi no kero do persistence and resilience to di laibi gadam neba adi pitch tawro kan asyam adum si samane yemo noina sida mu innovate tawlo matung da mu pitch taw jagan da moina khangda bain chana da boi bazu yai ko say suppose hojiki funder duna id kayani id keno gumba da app kumba mada paisa si invest tawna bane hairaga magi khaido lai greba app kumba mada kay hani paisa ju khaido lai gra kan di noina service ama pura kan da app nataba service hai tare ne ko khoi kay hai doino icham samba kay hani say suppose app tuna service oi gram ni product ama haira jebo ko madi app ta paisa thada gen lai gram ni noina product ama pura la eba product tu di ma thada ningak ta biya eba aduna noi saubi ga no admai la pa kan da haidi magi already plan mi ju paisa ni dana wana tan jeba paisa ni moiju moina noiju wai adubu mutual respect ta moiju wana tan da paisa ni aduga moiju thada ning ba mi du da thada ge hai ne ba app saba mi amani di moidu chalu kan da di moidi harau harau thada ni ba adumaina noi gi ju chana ba business tu gi matung ina funder do adu da chapi ga dam ne ba ada fundraising ta unaba different steps to da ai dum share ta ke ko ada fundraising ji da kai lakani phangakani har kan da noina seed funding hai jina kai no har kan da akoi gi business ama holding gi funding do akoi u pambi ama thar kan da seed ta gi howi natra any plant ama tha ba adu gi seed tu ne noi startup ama hojarage ha du seed ne ba ada seed sida jo ani dum khai be ai pre seed hai ba ama adu ga seed hai ba ama ko ada seed seed phangakanda akoi gi business to horani horakanda matung ta ba akoi gi chawkhat na ba adu gi duna akoi na series funding hai jine ba a b c d da lai do series ta sigi jina akoi gi fundraising part chine adu da fundraise se adu gi ne ba sigi business plan ji da noi clear oirani ba fundraising hairaga hekta noina chapchana hana lepkadaba nateba ko lupa lakh manga hairaga lepkadaw nateba chapchana lupa lakh manga tara ino kamai tara ino haibdo business plan duna takani ba lupa lakh manga sida karai da kari chakhibano akoi gi raw material leibadana kaya chalino employee salary pibadana kaya chalino akoi gi daily day to day operation kaya chalino marketing dana kaya chalino akoi gi operations and kaya ni akoi gi sigi admin hire jene ko pochai leiba office ki sigum basidana kaya chalino aduga ko gi finance ki da ju dum loan bu low down hire ga du single ba khar leira kani adum bu kaya chalino adum mayam do loi clear oi rakanda aina darka leiri je lupa lakh manga ne haibado adu clear oi rakanda ne noina lakh manga piyo hai je natabi da chalaga lakh manga oi je tara oi je kun oi rasu dum ya yaminga ya haibado adu ta ga am to phangaroi ba ko chap chana clear oi ga dam ne ba ko gi ask to kaya no ko pami je haibado chap chana clear oi ga dam ne ba at the same time akoina business ama hodring da si khangba da ka leiri je kai gino har kan da as a startup builder amoina entrepreneur amoina maru oi je akoi gi organization gi for our organization sigi je akoina runway kawe tha ma da lupa kaya changge ha je organization ama run tauna ba da ne na traga na koi gi working cycle ama da haire je ko organization ama gi cycle ama da lupa kaya changge ha ba do adugi dui matung ina hojiki da koi gi entrepreneur amoina di minimum tha taruk na traga na chahi ama tha taruk natragana chahi amagi ko already fun noida laigadam neba adugi part tu laira kan da suppose noi khallune ai je nomagi chara tan ba imung dagi ne haira je ba ko example adoi targade ai nuki gi wa doi neba ngasi chara hen gadra ngasi thabak phangoidra ai ngasi kai nom chatla suru ge hair kan da ai thabak phangragadi kamai tauni haibagi sumaina wa leragadi adugi chap mana na noi gi organization da treat tobi ga ya deba adumaina organization gi jumagi respect adum deserve tawjai adugi respect tu ma pi gadam neba organization du su no mo chara tan bai mong da ngasi hingnaba tawragadi sigini badum business tadi aduni na akoi na hairi je fundraise tawdringai mang da nangi business kaya changdoi no se suppose la ahum changni haira se business ma chama ho bagi akoi gi se icham chamba akoi gi se kai haina manipur gi khara common oi bagadi te pickle gumba food processing gi ama sare haira je ko pickle gi ama tawre haira se adum la ahum gi manung da dum yani bala ama da su dum yabi ai small scale tawragadi ko ada small scale tawra kan da hujiki la ahum gi haira je la ahum changni hai ba ji chang kan da la ahum changni hai ba do la ahum do koina chahi keno gi plan du da oi ga dam ne ba minimum chahi amagi run taw na ba ngam na ba plan oi ga dam ne kai gino har kan da la ahum du noina tha 12 months ki already noi da paisa lai tar ga di noi wakhan nuai na khaloi dra ne tha taruk ti gi noi already noi na paisa hanan noi gi pocket ta yaw le ga di nuai na taw ni ba next year
ꯅꯠꯇꯕꯤꯗ ꯉꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯍꯌꯦꯡꯒꯤꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯋꯥꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯐꯨꯜꯂꯅꯦꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯈꯧꯔꯤ ꯃꯦꯠꯂꯒ ꯍꯤꯡꯕꯩ ꯇꯥꯏꯞꯇ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯑꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯣꯔꯒꯅꯥꯏꯖꯦꯁꯟꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯇꯧꯗꯅꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯐꯟ ꯔꯦꯖꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯦꯛꯇꯤꯚꯤꯇꯤ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯗ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯀꯌꯥꯝ ꯆꯞ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯗꯣꯏꯅो ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯕꯤꯖꯤꯅꯦꯁ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯟꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯅꯦꯠ ꯌꯥꯗꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
ꯌꯥꯏ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯔꯦ
ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ trying to reconnect ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯥꯂꯦ
ꯌꯥꯏꯌꯦ
ꯑꯣ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯎꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯁꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯟ
ꯎꯔꯤꯌꯦ ꯎꯔꯤꯌꯦ
Okay, thank you.
voice
ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯋꯦ ꯉꯥꯏꯈꯣꯀꯣ ꯑꯩ
ꯁ꯭ꯇꯨꯗꯦꯟ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯎꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯥꯔꯒꯤꯁꯦ
screen uribro mayam thumbs up chat yes sir okay John Arambam John Arambam maming do thaina dum koina zum John Abraham ge okay Thoksom Roshan yes sir
slide
Suraj
click tꯧꯗꯕ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦꯀꯣ
okay 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 ngakho ai amta share tawrake ubra
ꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ
screen mayam ubira kamai ta
ꯎꯗꯤ ꯎꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯁ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯗꯇꯤ ꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ
slide share tawre
ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ
amka try tawrake hojikti
ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯗꯇ ꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ ꯀ꯭ꯋꯤꯛ ꯂꯔꯅꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯒꯣꯗꯪ ꯎ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ
quick learning gi logo
ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯣ ꯌꯨꯖꯔ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯤꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯄ
main ta usana share di tawre
ꯁꯤꯌꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯦ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕꯖꯥꯠꯂꯥ ꯅꯦꯠ ꯈꯔ ꯇꯞꯄꯖꯥꯠꯂꯥ
okay sise okay ai udragasu ne adum sumaina tawrage mayamna uragadi dum yaragadi natra screen urabro hojikta
ꯁ꯭ꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯟ ꯐꯨꯜ ꯁ꯭ꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯔꯣ
aidi keno di udre participant gaide adada
ꯎꯗꯦꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯎꯗꯦꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯗ ꯎꯗꯦꯕ
slide mammaga lay
ꯑꯗꯨ
ai disconnect tawraga amuk join tawrake ko adude
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯍꯣꯏ
sorry guys for this inconvenience
ꯎꯔꯦ Unmute.
Okay, where were we? Fundraising gidara. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, so hojiki fundraising part tuma laser na next fundraise tawraba matungda di akogi scale da lakpa scale ai na akogi organization gi growth se aduga an scale da tawrakadaba activities kai no har kanda akogi team chakhar halakpa then market chakhar halakpa product yam khar halakpa. So these are the activities scale akogi organization ama scale tawna bagi aduga and akoina scale tawrakanda lakadaba result di kari no har kanda akogi organization gi growth sustainability aduga akoina purakningi ba impact is lani aduga finally akoina exit tawrpa organization dagi namagadi hadi most of the time organization je MSME dabudi akoigi family business oina run tawraga koina dum leibi yawi ko but akoina startup ta focus tawri basdi when you are running a startup exit simaru ebo exit simaru have meaning the you coming out of the business kanano mana acquire tawgi boy be aina tragana IPO gumba koi tawri je Zomato era so handa recently tawri ba mayam je so that is the exit strategy. What I have mentioned earlier, right? Business model ama akoina kena tawrake hai taragadi screen je. Okay. Main pandam akoigi startup ki oina any ko whether MSME oisanu non-profit oisanu startup oisanu what we are looking at is the business model. Business models ina akoigi business to mai pakani pa oi kuina chatkani chatloi haibadugi indicator oirakadoineba aduni akoina any startup ama holdringa the business ama run tawdringa da akoigi maru oiriba parts di akoigi business model ama develop tawngam boi bese the business model je yamna detail oina discuss keno tawraga jo akoigi keno gumbadi activity mayam amadi leijai ko but akoigi sigi session oina di yamna to the crux to the point oina brief to the hajarage number 1 the akoigi business model je the maru oiri di number 1 akoigi market demand je leigadaba pot oigadab neba the market demand gi matungina hojiki akoina sarakadoriba product to adugi do fit oigadaba then market to ma lere product to ma fit ore aduga di akoigi revenue model je paisa kamaina tandoino haibdo adu sigi se establish tawrakanda neba akoigi startup ki oina keno hairakadoije kai hani akoigi sustainable business model ama oire haibaje akoigi market azu demand leiba aduga akoina sariba product zu mayam gi keno market to the pami pot to zu sabangam boiba aduga akoida paisa generate tawreiba do aidi poche ma yoladi paisa lakpa tamne natabida akoina puni nungsire hai taraga zu akoi oina business to siragadi kuina chatloiba adunina akoina business sense te yang pakanda hojiki build business ama sarake har kanda di paisa zu leigadamni paisa leiba haibisida ngasai gi dune akoina generate tawbanga moi haragadi aigi poche ma yolaga hojiki keno je business se sustain tawnga moi harakoi taragadi paisa du kanano na pirak tamne ba akoina generate tawng moi doi taragadi hadi if we are not able to create the revenue model if we are not able to create our own stream of revenue from our own products and services adoi taragadi that means we have to depend on somebody to give us revenue that's when it becomes akoigi donation de laise aduga na koi non profit ola ise suppose akoigi yamna economically backward oiraba natragana akoigi marginalized oiraba community society da sigumbada akoina karigumba target tawraga any sort of product and business any sort of product and services ama sarakuganda di moidagi da di akoina profit ama tanba haibasidi ethically ju akoina ju favor tawdabani na that's when adubu business ama run tawda di paisa di changinina sigi part sida adugi paisa do akoina puthok chadraga ju kanano na di pi da yaraktamni na adugi da akoina non profit ta gi bane bako but sigi part sidi loina business ama sustain tawge hai taragadi akoigi market demand aduga market demand dugi product fit hadi leiriba market demand dugi akoina semiba pot dugi fit aduga akoigi revenue je ada sigi mayam ji kramaina accelerate tawla kya kanda engineers mayam gi sigi sidane ba core factor je technology lakpa je sigi technology je akoigi technology haira kanda di IT natragana app saba aduga tang khandi gano ko technology haira kanda di any operation bu hena akoina thuan bangam bagi process it thuan baje that is what we understand as technology id sigi sida ngasa haibedo
sigi glass ida say suppose sigi fulcrum gi type sigi da koi lock system ama lai ridana sigi sida bend tawbagi this is technology icham aduga anda sigi da ju haidi sigi je IT nateba suppose sigi kai haido no sigi case hire se ko say bumper case ama hire jene ko phone gi bumper case hire jene ko example sigi phone gi bumper case se kamaina si tara ino hire je akoina kaisu IT jang nateba but there is a technology sigi the rubber sigi then sigi design sigi magi cut taw ko sigi je loi technology nga taneba dumaina akoi gi technology hire ka andadi business ama tawbada akoi gi process tu hena efficient ohen ga dabdo there is what is technology asai ina bottle daga tak kana hai gi beto button ama apaga cover bottle gi makhum hang do pai do there is a technology IT adu app saba adum bada hoji robot saba AI saba hai da adum da loi changjan begin over technology har kana yam na koi gi biotechnology gi technology lai jai then mechanical over koi gi technology lai jai mayam ama lai jai ko electronics over electrical over there are so many technologies aduga andane ba koi gi engineer mayam matter to rai jai kai gi no har ka andari sigi je maru oina koi gi notice ki oina startup sida or mostly in this region why we are not really able to build a startup we have many MSMEs across the region Manipur has the highest MSME registration so far there are so many MSMEs but in order to build a startup you need to have main component to innovation like gadavni scalable oi gadavni innovation ga scalable oi basidi akoina technology na pura eba maru oina aduni na engineer gi yamna chawwa kai haido no purpose ama layeba khoi gi Manipur gi startup ecosystem or northeast ki startup ecosystem or for the world ko ana sigi is the noina skill learn to ribado in engineering courses whatever you are learning mechanical department or civil engineering everything sigi is the noigi technology do hojiki Manipur the startup ecosystem ama sembada entrepreneurship ki development ji hena chakhar hanbada they are very very critical yam thina maru e aduni na noina hojik nasagi own product ama sadre hairaga ju it's not a problem already lairiba product sari basida noigi technology do infuse the way abra yimbiyo I say suppose I je tweak learning gi keno training ama pire sumaina suppose si akoi zoom session tawre zoom session jida kayani sigi akoi Google Meet ki session tawre Google Meet session jida hojik thengnariba challenges to yingbiro ne aina screen share tawda limitation khara laire adugumba limitation dudi how do you really solve it kamaina noina solve tawbiba ngamni adugi solution du pura adi noina engonda yonbe arakadoi neba samana mi already say suppose kai hani Manipur gi akoi gi MSME gi matung ina kai hani phi saba kai akoi gi food processing gi da tauba agriculture gi da there are so many kai micro entrepreneurs and MSME mayam amdi keno sembire ko adoi taragdi farming du da noina engineer amo ina khanbira go farming du da moida ising chahan ba thuge haragadi irrigation gi da kamaina hena phalakani water retention du phalake hai taragadi ising evaporation do noi kari material sijanarga ising evaporation je handhalaga hojiki magi evaporate toriba ising do na mu cha khoi sheet kamayam leidana ko aduma mayam ama noi gi dadi kamaina semakani chauna torake har kan dadi then koi gi keno sida suppose charu mayam je hojiki machine na khaudat lamni na do mai thadok pana anam bani mai thadok gi problem de koi Punjab Haryana da pura keno air pollution thok gi problem lai adoi taragadi hojiki ji noina keno charu ji tawraga noina modify tawraga box amda halaga noina mushroom farmer da pigera there are so many ways to think about this natra adui na sigi noigi technology je yam tina crucial oeba aduni na every time noina amma saba hogadawne haibdo yam kan adu kaisu khaluno mako kai hogadawne haibdi kaim khaluno already saraga laire haraje sigi is the noina kari infused away ani haibdu dam ubiro aduna ba hena kanara kani kai no har kan da amta scale taw yadri je koi gi somda lairi baje suppose khalune imung gudingi achar sare imung gudingi candle yole imung gudingi duk sare kanano laidoi je kanano sadoi jibo atugumba problem mayam am laagadi karmaina no ba aina sariba achar je ai kamaina kai hani Manipur mapandi holakani Manipur dagi kamaina puthokpa yarakani sigumba line ji da yengbiro ba moi achar do hena keno standard o helake hai taragadi noina kari agi microphone ji tat suppose tu yengo sigi microphone ji tagre are adoi tadi noi karamba clip sarakani microphone ji sukta taroi dawa example ni ko see the technology are kanda IT adugi yam kanna kaisu maru oide dana mechanical oiba sigi clip sida karma mong da sigi clip si hena kai hena effective o henba clip amoina sembe yarakani haibdo so hanakna problem makhala mane ha henga se dum adum mayam tari ko dum sige ja okay thank you yeah ado chamana na hojiki do da ne hai ja koi technology infusion je everywhere the darkar le reba kana gu mamna marketing ha le na digital marketing hai je technology ne marketing ne na phagara ham bagi natra product fit hai re product fit koi machine mayam ama sari je technology ne adi aje nusa da yairaga kangal le are adoi tari noina kai tawraga hena tuna kangan be ani nongchura adi kamaina kangan be ani nongchura adi solar power ji ju koi charge tawba ngamde adoi targa di nong gi harness tawraga nong jina kamaina electricity generate tawrakani thunder kamaina phani ngambe ai ngamde wari ne adoi tar ju example ni ko adum lom da technology gi yam thina chawba scope leba technology yaudраga di any business ya koi scale tawba ngamoi chawat pa ngamoi aduni na as an engineer MTU da leading aida when you are student oza mayam gi guidance su lady oza mayam gi instruction oza mayam gi support loi leibani na this is the time for you test tawba fail tawba yaba karambo oza na noi da no hair ka doino IC try tawni hair kanda I don't think so everybody will support you student ki side gi hojiki approach to laktraga di oza na ju moina ju kamaina kari pi doino ha ba adugi limitation ju leini ba aduna it has to work both way natra noina ju submit tawoba si saning ena adugi resource tawbu dum definitely moina chap chana college ta phangraga ju adoi taragadi moi na khangna ba mi amam thi thiraga kawira kani so that is the thing that you have to look at aduna technology gi yam tina kanara ba hojiki yam tina critical over stage ne ba lai ri je everything handak semai ba mayam je ye one Iron Man gi keno costume sari ba ngang do adu yam tina thagat ningai ne ba ma ji like ju phajana tam ju oide hai adu ma gi YouTube ta learn tawjaraga tamai ne ma gi robotics and adu gi mechanical engineering do adugumba passion du ne ba idi now you are an engineer no idi oza me amma lai rabani institute to the lai river resources and infrastructure no gi khud ta loi lai rabani adumba mayam du na koi suppose no gi final year project amma sa je ba final year project tu no engineering pass ta una ba sabiru no ba yaraga di adugi final year project tu no startup amma oina semaga ai pu bi ge ba daga lai rasu tell me no gi startup ki idea tu sine haraga di let's meet let's connect adugi idea tu no gi business amma no gi future amma oira ju ya ba noina sajagi ba pon noi kyam nungshini dum khallo adugi project da so many problem technology na koina solve tawba ngam ba je yengo dum look everywhere yum tholok padagi na noi anywhere chat pado adugi bawda dum yingbiro problem je car parking gi problem tara mathakta leibagi problem nungsa jabagi problem si mayam je so many things gi 10 leiba mayam gi problem hojiki electric car gi su mayam amala amni noi ju electric car sanaba gi kai electric car du da maru oi du electric car sabu du mechanical oi taraga ju akoi gi battery ji kana na sani battery du na koi gi electronics gi engineering electrical engineering am pulani battery ji lithium ion season are adoi tar di battery du da lithium ion na taba koi gi hena productive oi ba lithium ion ju hena phawadi kari lakani wifi ai je koi ji network sin wai te adoi tar ngasai complain am du yaw gi network ngai te na akoi gi infrastructure soli lambi leite ising phajana leite mai phajana leite I understand aduna natro sigi problem je solve taw da natro entrepreneur me am thok darka le ise aduna engineer me am singjina noina private company na thaba macha thi lai graga di sigi problem achau bu sidi solve taw bangam ba mi du di akoi gi kai haini kaimta tawningai leite na entrepreneur taw je na admai di yara roi ba ko noina hena knowledgeable oi ni na adugi moina semaka da ne noina solve taw bira ka da ne ba lambi je phatre hai taraga di kai dorga di hena phambe ai car parking je underground to khai raga pharaga da bra na traga na noi mechanical ama up down tawna China daga tawri me am do karma mong so that is the thing ko ying biro over technology ki infusion je it's all applicable the sig is the noi market demand noi product ki fit cg erkan revenue model si loi clear erkan da pare noi business to sustainable oira ni ha kan da never noi pitch taw yar ka doije paisa pirak lo na hang doije akoi business si ne market ta koi test taw rabane MVP loiraga adu akoi innovate taw lo matung da sigi si yar rabane smaina sitle adoi targadi sigi je koi chahi ma si baw yon ngamni chahi manga da si baw yolakani adu da noi si yon na bo hona ba da ai lupa lakh manga da ka le adu lupa lakh manga do akoi lupa lising yang khai di hapjan jare akoi side tagi imai pa dai loraga amoiraga remaining mari ma khai du PPB agadra adugi logic ta nebala ka doije ada idea ama phangi hai taragadi noi gi support system di kari no hara kan di idea ama phangi hara kan di noi gi personal experience ngasai gi hai do noi ne lambi da thengnaruba noi gi unaruba mayam do aduma mayam dula ani brainstorming with friends imanaba mayam du khanarakpa then subject expert ki wari taba then akoi gi market na suggest tarakpa adum urei du ne ba akoi na thengna kan urei ba pot dum mina wang narakpa hai do sina admai tor ga la khani noi gi idea mayam je validate kamai tawni customer gi feedback loba moi gi review loba aduga koi gi mentor aduga advisor moi mayam dagi suggestion loba hena kamai na phani khoni haibu gi validate tawlo kana fundraise to di kamai tor kani fundraise tawna ba yong si upai mayam je isana tawjaba ma leirani upai sigi isana khara haujaraga natragana koi gi family and friends laini natragana koi gi government and private ki grant laini private grant he kadi subsidized ni ko noi da sing drusu ya ba paisa leirakani loan ga mix toragana loan partner singba startup manipur tawrise hanadi pura ken subsidy oramane hojikti 70% loan oigre haidi mayam je paisa lothoga business su tawnarakta ba mayam amsu yaropa adugumba situation duna ju yengaga mi da ju hena yamna phangna ba haibagi keno sida suppose hena try tawna ba ahamba da moina yamna pidraga ju hauba phaugi haiba do ngasai gi sit fund haido sit fund da lising kunthra mu pi kyam ya doino di khangde lising kunthra duna business yam chawbo plan oirga di ngamaroi adunina startup manipur dudang natte ba noi gi business su phajaraga di startup manipur gumba private gumba so many funding noi gi approach tawna mayam ama laini ko adu business plan competition da yaw phajaraga di noi adum prize money mayam am phangakani debt fund haraga di akoi gi bank tagi pu ba yaba natragana financial institution haraga ande akoi gi so many government na MSME gi oitarga jo dui makha da leiba institution mayam ama lei akoi na fund gi apply to ba yaba je adum net fee bu haraga jo notice ki oina natra aduna tabida koi so many micro finances organization adum mayam am ju leini aduna tabida mathang da koi incubation centers is all over IIM aduga koi keno gi oina India gi government ki oina di atal incubation center is Sikkim da lei aduga Assam da lei Northeast ki oina atopam pham da all over India loina mak lei moi mayam de apply tawgan moi na noi si dum connect to bini ba fund noi gi idea phajaba du ta ne ba ngai ni se idea phajaba do ngasai gi akoina discuss to ki kan da sigista ada angel investors harina itom da se suppose angel investor hara kan di aigi paisa aigi private paisa aina noida investor kan da aigi angel investor ko ni venture capitalist hara kan da angel investor gumba natragana koi gi whatever fund puthopang ngamba mayam je pula kan da pulla moi doine company moina noida thadar kan da moi je venture capitalist oine ba ada scale dor kan da noi scale to ge hara ga di kana na mating pangni hara kan da di board of advisors mentors business partners moi mayam da noi tapira kani si scale to dong ne je hojiki oina di noi business ama hodri hai ta ga di idea gi da focus to bio validate is the focus to bio fundraising to the noi business adum phajara ga di lakani I guarantee you ada idea gi phajahan ba aduga validation du to biba validation du ding asai gi market research ta akoi gi mamang gi da chi ja hai gi do validate tawna ba de customer gi feedback lo biu chi mayam ji critical feedback innovate tawna ba segmentation okay so hojiki oina di sigi sine maru oina sigi part sin da yam kana the proverb oina tare adum haidi isa je entrepreneur mo oining hai tar ga di inspiration je isana motivated oiba ma darka lai ko haidi khare khatang di lonely oirakani kai gino haira kan di kana na ain tawri ji kaino khambi da mayam am ju arakani auda koi hojite hona dum noi keno to biro ba ready oi biro ba neutral oina thamo ba daga laite na mina wabi gera adu yam kana ururano ai ne haibedo because it's your journey now aduna isa je entrepreneur ama maru oi baje business ti ama sini ama lakani kaim khalu no business ti chama si reju chahum lakani but entrepreneur duna healthy oiringai motivated oiringai business mayam ama dum create to ngam ni ba entrepreneur business ama fail oiraga entrepreneur du depression chakradi matung ta ba kai business la ka doino natra aduni na entrepreneur do kaim khalu no hojiki di oina di business ama haje fail hai baje dum normal ni ada fail du da maru ai ta ga di fail ta re haraga ju adudagi learning ta hubodo learn ta da bida fail oire haraga complain ta oire ga di oire roi bako fail oire ga ju we need to learn to get up never stop asking for help sango koi loi open ni you come to my office sango dum open arm the welcome ta ge coffee ju pithake cha ju thamina ji noi gi idea du share ta ro we are all ready to support laibane akoina hangba ikai bagi ne kai phajai haraka da phajai adu kaim khalu no khitang mai khitang tha ta re si matang ji upai laite aina pamba poto hangba du da ikai ga di kamai phangni natra akoi ju dum hangi ne chopi ne mayam ama chopa ju mayam am nangi ne but at the end of the day akoi gi larger goal do adu da ne ba purpose to akoi gi northeast ki entrepreneur gi ecosystem phajabam di same da ba yaroi ko hai je ai sigra ju dum kananom na budi tawdau lairam ne adu bu tawda ya de hai du gi urakpani na ai hai ji maru rakte vision do ina maru urakpani na ki rakte ba adu gi part ta ada version 1 is better than version none phajaba ngai ringa da kaim tawda budi athiba ma sem garga mathang badang sem gudu ne phaje aduni na start small start now pigna how di ho ro the progress every day that's the true essence of success akoi gi success hai je khudak ta one fine day pung 12 makhai kai na admai lak pa na te ba ko nungti gi nang na uda bida noina di acknowledge to bida ba adubu nungti gi tamna tawra kan da chahi manga matung da ri nang na hotna gi ba chahi manga di matung ina adu na chauna picture ama tarakpaduneba adunina noigi aim di khudakta adu pamba haibu kaisu oibigano nutigi ngarang oiriba midudagi aina ngasi hena keno oire haibu ngasi better oirabane haibu suppose khalune ngarang dagi nang ngasi 1 time ko 10 times from the 1 time improve tawre khaloba after 1 year nutigi 1 time improve taw taragadi ngarang oirimbiba potudagi sahi amai matungna noi 365 times improve oira kadoine adu never success ki journey diko adunina don't worry result to the kaluno noi di what you can do is just keep giving your best aduga tane koina tawngam bazu result ya koi khutta no mata ju leite adubu akoina tawriba khudi makto adura ba nangi best se haibu hangjaw na jana adune akoi ju nungti gi hangini sida hairi mayam ja ei sa ju dum learn tawjaba ngatani ko aina ju live by tawjaba ngatani haidi si tawdea haidai gyan du nate ba akoi ju si tawri ne ba dum adu main si tawr kan da ai ngasi hangloi ne ba sira ba ai best ta piba ngami ba ai training session je sira ba tawba ngami ba ai program je ai hangni ba natte sidai ju hena ngam hini ha gani matung da kai dawni ai wahi chumna hena phajana sin aga dabra matam hena mangan badu handa dabra question me amam tawni ba is this the best I have adum automatically improve tawra ani ba okay ngasi gi session gi diloire aduga final quiz type ko quiz sidai ngasa hajagi bado question khwaidagi difficult oiba maduda prize pini aduga quiz sida ani khange top 2 do quiz ki top 2 da prize pini ai dum hairake kamaina oidoino na top 2 da prize pige sigi sida changbirani ko menti.com da changbiro mai keno dagi noigi phone dagi menti.com da changaga sigi code si type tawbiyo aduga noigi ming season abiyo register tawrakanda Amma join tawre yes everybody please join yeah menti.com da changaga asigi code se 44520815 to type tawbiyo okay 4 people participated 6 come on sigi quiz se koi within 10 minutes loina bo hona se aduga 15 minutes the Q&A hoina matam khara budi mangre ko 14 15 16 yes $31 we have 69 people here so at least akoi yangkai baw this one jina okay 42 come on next 1 minute ta loi join to biro okay sida yahu draga di yaw phangaroi ko quiz se 42 43 50 suradi dum haurage aduna whoever comes first 50 to dum taurage we don't have much time as well 47 yawba nang audraga ju warau biroi 46 more 4 more people come on
Kotum thabi
code se keno sida screen da 44520815 44520815 okay 47 yara draw 48 okay last 3 seconds 3 2 1 okay 47 people have participated ko 48. Sigi is the net. Yamna tuna answer piring ay noisu point yam phangdoine. Which one of the following is a myth? Ngasai hai gibedo. Myth sikaramano entrepreneur can ogida. 20 seconds. Answer pibo oro tuna piring ay noi score do so adoi matung ina lakadoine. Okay, 35 people, 36. Yes. Last 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay. Okay, maximum amadi answer pibo ngame atay gaina lale. Entrepreneur ki myth se entrepreneur ji ka business owner ji ka manade hai bane ko noi sida mane hai basi da is the myth ti karma no har kan di entrepreneur ka business owner ka mane hai base. This is a myth. This is not the truth. Atay gai di entrepreneur di problem solver ne chumme. So let's see the results. Okay. Victorson. Okay. Congratulations, Victorson. Let's go. ID Sigis in a chance. Amaniko, we'll give you another chance. Question 2. Ready? Start. Which one is not a component of startup? Startup ki component not taba hai niko, not to yung. $40 or 43? Okay. Yes. Atay guys, this startup ki component gatani innovative oigadavni, scalable oigadavni, 10 years ki makhado oigadavni, 100 crore makhado oigadavni. So these are all. Yang say next step. Okay, handakti kana na lead tawre. Okay. Kadualung Riamay. Congratulations. No, overtake the record. Okay. Now, last question. Ready? Start. Which is not a process of building startup. Startup how the process not the karamba partner. Scale, ideate, procrastinate, fundraise. Masagi process ahum marine hai gibedo sida ahum ga hapay na. Okay? Yes, sida di maximum sumeko. Okay, let's see who is the final winner of today's quiz. Come on. Okay, my means Koireng, can you please show your put your video on so that I can see your face? Will you be able to put your video on so that camera on so that I can at least see you and congratulate you?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, great. Why are you shy? You're such a handsome guy. Why are you afraid of showing your face? Koireng, congratulations. So we have a prize for you. I'm going to do this with, I'll discuss it with Dajumi, and you just have to forward me your number, okay? So we'll be having. So the second one is Narmita Ningthojam. Narmita, can you please put your camera on? I want to congratulate you personally. Do we have Narmita here or not?
Narmita.
I am not sure. Okay, no problem. So congratulations to Koireng and Narmita. We have a special prize for you. So I'm going to hand that over to Dajmi, and he will be giving that to you.
So now we come to the end of our session to say, but we have 15 minutes left, and this is where the Q&A will happen. So now you can blast the chat box with your questions, and I will select the best question for today, the most difficult one, and you will get a prize. That also. Okay, so let's hear your questions now. Session is over. Why are people leaving the group? Thank you, Chandrika. Great session. No, but why are people? Can we just hold them for another 15 minutes or so? Because we are winding up anyways on time.
Yeah, students and the faculties, you may ask the questions directly or you may drop your question in the chat box also. The session is open for everyone.
So any questions from the students? Anyone who actually wants to go into startup? Tomorrow, if you have funding related questions, if you have idea related questions, if you have implementation related questions, this is the time to ask.
Anything, whatever you are developing, whatever you are thinking, it's all fine. Where do you need support in startup?
Let's say that some students or he or she, right now they may not be, they may not know that what they want actually right now, as of now, because they're in the, they're in their learning, their prime time, right? So how would student decide how they? Just a thank you. Okay.
Comment.
So how would a student choose their path for becoming or to become an entrepreneur?
How to choose the path?
Yeah. I mean, Kamana decide whether I want to go for a startup or I really want to go into this problem solving business thing, you know.
Right. So the first and foremost thing is what we have mentioned there, right? So you have to always go back to your purpose. What is it that you really want to solve? Market solve tawgadaba darkar lairiba potto akoina entrepreneur ama oiraga solve tawgadabne haibagi lakadabne ba aduga anda lakringai dadi there are many ways of solving a problem. Entrepreneur khatangna solve tawai haiba makti yadamnina ko ada huziki particular suppose akoina tawraisi why am I in the startup space? The first question is education system 10 years ago it's still the same as today. I believe it's similar as 20 years ago also. Yam kana khenara moiba adunina sigis da koi technological challenges sigumba change me amamadi lakre but there is still a koi kai haidoino education system or koi skill gi system jidadi skill gi education jidadi samana ra ibajidi hongde araktamnina somebody has to do it. Government na tawde have nate tawri but government na tawbodo koi ju accelerate tawge henaga yamna thuna tawge yam chawkat an ge have du gi passion do adugi tawbodu da it should be me haina isana lepsa baneba haidi kai gino har kanda koi ginga sai thengna reiba igi life ta thengna gi problem me amdo ai fail adum taraga lai oja me amga dum khanara la ko ne ba chatra ja hojik tamam maga di dum madam hoina su si dajimi hoina su ti nung shira maroi to chatra ga oiram doi ne ba matam du da di adu sama hojik ti kamaina haidi adu me amduna mai adu ki pam gi haidi pen gi me amdo amarom da di koina si gi sida experience to ru kan di lead to bodo aina chumni hai bagi idea ama lakcharak pase. So that is the realization purpose to the adumaina song is like the student guidana hojiki oina de aina haisine boko tamna college matam dani aduna try to the kiru no college he graduate oigra di noida lakada pressure ji yengo thaba amma tawrati yara roi free da dum pham lai ge haira adu tawdana ne college matam duda noigi college ki pocket money bu oina bu oiraga ju ama oina bu whatever akoi ki stationery ki pochai gi oiraga ju yengo ba adugi line duda noigi income khara generate tauna ba noina market ta kari sem de hause
adugi line dagi flavor to the laujeba yamna jowa problem ama solve to kaim khalunova startup ama da change hai targadi akoi everyday problem na sai haijagi bado haidi thong ama hang manu ai tawai ju problem ne everyday problem da icham chamna sigi anok si ju ai si tahawe hai targadi problem ne marim nang banjan biraga anok tum yon biraga example ni sigumba sida akoi everyday lai riba sida nungtigi thengnebsida macha ama hoba yabado aduda hana yengjeba student amo oina akoi kai tawbi ai aduna akoi na ngasai final year da ju noina project tawbado adu idu paisa thokpa ngamnaba tawbra yengo third year dagi khangba horo adu final year gi noi project tawri do adu idu da paisa tanba ngambre yengo example ne adu de dum horase.
So we have one question from Chingangbam Rakesh. Rakesh, can you hang? You raise your hand. Hango, turn on your mic and then you can ask question. Metero ndang hango chukusi pwede. Didn't call for about. So anyone, no one's interested, huh? Okay.
Okay, Thangjam Usha Devi. Okay, before that, I think there is a. Okay, Kaishang Maring, thank you so much for those beautiful compliment. I'm happy that it has brought some values to your life, and I hope to impart that more. Thangjam Usha Devi, sir, what are the qualities required to become a good entrepreneur? Okay, qualities. Quality hai je usha neba. Suppose me kuri magta hairo neko hard work dedication adu noisu hard work dedication loi yarangani everybody loi yawbanga taneba adu itaragadi me amada quality hai yamna special oibagi kasu extra laiteba ko karamba da extra or kano hair kandidi noigi commitment ga dedication ga je karamba area da pirakke haibadu neba adu kanda already na adum say suppose nang khambione nangi best friend amala pakanda mapan lamda tamure na hairase ko hojik ke je natraga best friend ama no lockdown matung da kuina urudra matung da maji unana ba na best friend du treat to binaba na silak pa plan do adu ka na ngonda adugi enthusiasm thawai yaw bado adu kamai yawra ino chamana na hojiki problem du da jo adu solve tawna bagi hojiki problem du ga nanga yam thina close oigragadi nangi life tu da yam thina meaningful oiba problem amo oigragadi adugi part tu da neba chamana na adugi passion do dum lakani ba maru oina ngasai gi akoi purpose ta hagi bado maru oina nangi passion du neba darka laibase adu da quality oina di haidi already keno oina polakpa adu yauraga entrepreneur ma oirani haibidi akoi jo anga oinga da kaisu khalak pan nate do situation du na dum tajarak paneba tajarak posi kamai tarakano har kandadi aina thengnari ba situation du da haidi aigi oina di aina sauningi ba pen da ba mayam do adum exist tawra leibudo adu pen da ni na adu itaragadi kananom nadi solve tawda yaroi habidu gi chungjallaga tawgimnina adu da dum automatically dum thokcharak paneba adu na good entrepreneur ama haibase every entrepreneur hi da tasengna dum entrepreneur kudi moksi dum good ne hainingi ko adu ganda nangi qualities leibudu di what are the qualities have to chap chana koina identify tawbi ade ba adu oiga tawne ada oiga tawne nangonda ju good quality mayam ama dum yauni ba hadi suppose nangonda Bill Gates haira jeba natra Mark Zuckerberg haira jeba akoi gi keno the entrepreneur power haira ga Jeff Bezos haira jeba Amazon gi founder ko Amazon gi founder da maji pumanga da hoye hai nangju pumanga da hawunga moitro example ni ko ada maji leadership ki quality da adu yawe hai leadership quality do nangonda su dum yauni ba nang opportunity do thiru da bagi ne ba leadership ki do opportunity do nang na thiragadi automatically na onda sum yar kani ba pongdor kani ba aduna loina manung do yawbanga tane ba qualities khudi mak to the only thing is nangi hojiki passion do what drives you have do nang na purang ningi ba change kari no market sida society sida have do adu gi do nang na amna keno eta ba haidi business oina treat to da bi nangi personal mission oina treat to kanda automatically nang adum entrepreneur oi gini. Does that answer your question? Thumbs up and pibiramo.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Okay, great. Diana, study need a startup. Meaning, kay hining kay tang unmute or explain to wira kera.
Sir,
business on treat to the nangi personal mission no treat or automatically nang entrepreneur
study have the koi tam like tam do hozi
Does that answer your question?
like tam do kamai na nang gi life to successful in haidana adda ai akoi gi hidden talent ama leidana adu haidi akoina koi gi hidden talent do adu khangadi haidi koi gi startup tawdo haidi without study or shya gadra matlab
Okay, adugi matangdadi ay keno maizagebo ko. Ako'y na larikta tammisidi keno duneba. Kaya ni skills hay tare ne maru na ako'y skills hay kana mi ka tinaba yana ba ako'y mi ka punba yana ba how do you hay journey da noi the engineering ay no kitang professional ay rab ni na engineering ki skills da ne ba adubo loksing ay bisdi ako'y na larik tamba du katang da natte da na loksing ay bisdi you get from everywhere. Adi nang na lari hay tabi mi mo da chudum loksing pangbangam ni ba sama uraga ju lambi da tari ba mot pa da ju nang madum loksing am laka ni ba aduni na ako'y sigi da maru ay ba pochdi nang ki topic to the expertise oiba dubudi yamna hindi oiko yamna maru oi hai di say suppose nang je medical ki da engineering ki na kai hani medical ki pot ama saruraga medical ki pot ama sabada doctor na sabane hairaga di meaningful oidana adumaina nangi siki studies da karina help tawrakani hai taragadi nangi area da say suppose kai hani adugi engineering ki line do dagi nang je lakpani na engineer amana startup horpado engineering ki ne harpada dum meaningful oigini ba ada hojiki da nang ki passion ama phangba khotpa haibadu dadi na kanana adugi lyric su tamningai su leiju leite ko aduri akoi na kam ganda lakani har kana ngasai ki design thinking da tamgi bado critical thinking ai base purpose to ngasai ki du dong lakani ba kaido baino ba say suppose nang ki talent tu nang khangde hai ra je example ko nang talent tu isana khangde ai taragadi kaido baino ba ai talent se aina khangam jisi kai gino ba ai gi talent se kari oi no ba na hangjaw ba amta aduga anda nang nasana mo ai gi talent se kam ganda kai kai tau gi ba har ka anda hoi akoi gi the process khara budi lai akoi na train tau da for example nang gi talent se kamaina khangani ena har ka anda di adum online da so akoi gi dum mayam ama nang personality gi test lai bane ba ko Myers Briggs kumba MTBI test kumba adum ba mayam adum lai bane ba adu da dum yang biyo ba test tau ba gi di but adu da gi wa ma da isa gi talent ama understand tau ge na har ka anda di nang na hausi fauda adum kai haini yamna nungaina conveniently taugi ba thaba ama dum yang biyo nang da wakhan khan ba chang da say suppose nang je event management pamba natraga na art pamba nupi ama ne haira je example adoi taragadi nang na art pamba je engon da di art haiba je yam lu na thom ba yai ba ko adu whereas you are a talented artist amo ina lakan da di nang da di laram ba yai ba suppose kana ba makhara da di ka ama tasan ba haiba je matha sam ba yai ba adu nang da di ka ma arrange torga phat phat tasan ba je am live am ba yai ba adoi dar nang da organizing skill ama yaure hai ne ba automatically natragana mi ama nang na kano discuss tawbada natragana kanano mada wari sanabada yam laina kahani explain tawbada gyan tahan banga me haragadi nang yauri ba talent to karino harakan di persuasion skill ne so adumaina yen kan da persuasion skill ama nangi talent oire nangi skill duna nangi engineering digi pusalakle aduga mix tawraga nangi persuasion skill duna na talent nangi mix tawraga engineering skill duga na onthokpa yabra ba kano ma example niko understand tawbra.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Adumina dum focus to biyo ba di adum analyze to go to your purpose introspect hojik fauda nang na kwai da line na thoki ba thabak mayam do adum understand to ba mingon di luram do ne ba adu nang on da yam line na thoi do process to onthorak pa ne da okay next koi gi thokchom Roshan sir how to choose partnership how to choose our partnership which quality should possess should possess for a good startup. Okay. Sige je team building dala ani dana team building dala akpadudi nangi nangon da yaw da quality do nangi partner da yaw boy ga da say suppose nang je marketing yam hai banu pa mane mi ga wari sana ba da ki da ba ko pun ba da yam tina open noi ba dum banu pa mane ha ra se adu ga nangi friend du mi ga am puning ba dum mi ma oi re ha se namani partner tor kan namani dum full lai rani ba adu background di document ti kanan suni akoi di maning pham ba na te computer su roi adu taw roi na mai mu lai gra ga di adu ne na adu ga di partnership si solakani ba ko group haibaga team haibaga khenabase group haibadi akoi si group neba noi group of people neba team hairaka andadi amada yaudabado amana complement tawirapa adumaina nangi partner ama thige hairaka andadi nangna maningda phammaga che jang suba kok ka thadaba wakhan ga khanba adumba mi oiraga di nangna idea du create tawidoine aduga hojiki atopa mi ama thiraka andana nangna maningda sema iba mayamdo mayamda lauraga mayamda chi layo adu taw haiba adumba mayamdo that will be your partner adumaina choose tawigada kana omna paisa da pranayamna financially hairambe ai kana oma khanna dealing da phanayam hairambe ai nangonda yaudabado thirakada partner da di Yani ko Roshan. Okay, great. Thank you. Next, Kaishang Maring. So, what is the first and foremost step in order to start a business? I mean, primary step to build a business. Ako si session na maloy kan si question ang. What sort of necessities are required to build a startup? Howziki do ne? Heidi, what is your undying passion to drive a change? Ay bito.
Now on the home bama purak ning bado market to irazu society to irazu what is it that you want to change? Adu gido han understand to wiyo. Startup ama hire ka andadi it's about problem solving. Kari problem no have to everyday problem we have ko. Acho acho ba koi ki unemployment corruption adum badang urakano ba. Aina hining is icham cham ba koi ki toothbrush se kanman lagadi yari soft ba mi dadi toothbrush akan badu chatta dana soft brush tholai ne dana adumai na yung biro ba. Suppose I chat pada ki sandal je kay hani sige je grip si yaw da na nong chu da nan thure ha the grip yaw sandal am sembirak lo. That is the problem. Adumai na yung biro ba. What is that problem that you are really passionate about? Nangi punchi da khalu ne na matam ma da college la pa matam da soi da na bus ka nang hoda ba gari nang hoda maybe any sort of life ta ko si dang solve tor magdi phagadam ne ai ba dum ba situation la amni ma ya ma si dang ya ba adu ki du nang na sana solve taw na ba kari to ba ya dustbin je pungsai chai lai ne karago ma kharana mo laga adu ngasai jo haibe yauge adu taragadi dustbin du khomdop na ba akoi gi Imphal municipality council na di matam chana gari tharak trai taragadi akoi entrepreneur amna kari to ba ya aigi suggestion da hairagadi adum bodo akoi gi lam ama da dispose da vibe to di lam da ju land filling da ju solakani adu taragadi akoi na mai thado ki bedu na best ne mai thado ki bedu da noi pollution friendly oi ba adum ba eco friendly oi ba mai thado pagi noi system ama sem ngam gadra ba aduga yum do khinbe agadra ba doi taragadi mayam da cherang du lang thokta na ba adoi tar noi dukan da yum da yola ni ba ima ine mai swai da paisan bira no si season araga dum thadok piro natra adum mayam do. So that's the way you start. No ina uriba everyday things da no ina solve tawning ba ama pick tawro what is that challenge you want to solve adu da gi horo ba kamaina solve taw yani ha ba do adu gi problem du solve taw ge mina dum noi da paisa pirak taw lai ram ne ba pamagadi hadi moina pot to pam taragadi. So that is the way to start up. Okay Maring, kaisang Maring? Mol how war.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, Devina, well said. Okay. Marang tem Daniel, what will be the idea for unique entrepreneurship? Unique diversity ko, no idea is new. Adum di please take it as a granted. Idea ko ding ma ano wamta nate. Suppose kai dagi koi India da koi power ba ji kai Paytm di kana de copy tawi PayPal dagi. Oyo di kana de copy tawi Airbnb dagi. Ola di kana de copy tawi Uber dagi. Flipkart, kanade copy tawi Amazon dagi. No idea is ever new. Mark Zuckerberg phamagi keno dagi nupa ka rene moi hi hom moi dagi copy tawi ne na. So idea haibasidi adum mayam dagi hana dagi la ba mayam da loi apne ba adu ta kamaina unique oyak pano haibadudi nangi flavor do yaw ka dawo. Suppose Daniel haire dana Daniel haire gadi Daniel gi flavor do entrepreneurship to da hapsalak ba. Aina ta iba point mayam se adum online da su mayam am phangam ba yai ba ko step by step ta mayam am piram ba yai ba but kari khena rakani ai kanda aigi life experience aina noi da share taw gi ba do adu gi du di kaishu Google da thira ju phangoi ba adu gi value du ne ba khoina pura kada je entrepreneur amoina yai ko adumaina nangi unique flavor du di kamai lakani hai kanda aham da try tawro oi be oi da be aham da gi unique oi ga daw ne hai ga brand da yai ru no ba ko adum saw ba unique oi da be yai ba idea am ba ano na te ba akoi da adu da gi sum semdora ga last da unique ta jar ko ne ba hawro ma adu ga na semaje market ta yinga kanda isnang du di atopam ju tawre hai wi ka ni mina adu ka na adum khalani o adu tar ga di moina tawri ba pot sida hojik lai ri ba pot sida wa li ba ji kaino adugi do understand tawra kanda nangi do hapsal over aduga and already dum unique oi grani ba nangna saningi ba poto market ta kana lei moi gi ta lei ri ba pot si da kari watli awat pa do nangna men kanda nang unique oi rani ba. Okay Daniel. Okay so which pung hom jo tasalak le adum ko na discuss tawre se let's respect the time. Kwaidagi Pazagiba business Hayak Targadi Sigi Nadi I will for today's session I Daniel Gine and Lojarageko. So Daniel, congratulations for your question. Aduga for you also I have a prize. So that I will hand over to Dajumi and he will give it to you. Okay. So thank you guys. Loishala Zenga Sigi this.
What of things?
Oh, sir. Thank you, Jimmy. I am going interact with the university ki side the IIC council so thank you so much for accepting our invitation. In a session, say one of the most titled as impact lecture, and it was indeed a very impactful lecture. From the very start, students in entrepreneur from where to start have questions. Then classroom they all have an idea, but idea what to do with it, how to go about it, approach to me have questions. It's a big question, and sometimes even we don't know the proper answer to it. ngasigidadi it was an opportunity for them, it was an opportunity for us as well. Akoina so answer tawbagi moi the direction ama pining banina kaida pigadabano habduso akoina so khangja hore. And angang sindasu from the very every aspect of starting a startup se cover tawbi ngasige lecture. For that I'm very thankful for that. We are all very thankful akoigi IIC ki thing. And aduna akoigi side I would also like to ask our students who attended the lecture today, what did they learn? Moida kayam useful or kani? Did they answer some of their question? Doubt mayam laragazu. If you are able to clear even 1% of it in today's lecture, I think it was a huge success. So, koi student mein amaratagi, I would like to ask Kadwailum. He is a 7th semester final year student from CSC department. Kadwailum, could you share your learning from the lecture today? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, put on your video and just share one or two things.
Okay, thank you, sir and ma'am, for such a wonderful session. And I totally enjoyed the session and the knowledge that I get from this session. I'm pretty sure this will help me in my future journey on startup. And I just want to say thank you. And one point that I get which is very important for me, is that startup it has to be in a field where your passion lies as well. It has to be something that you want to do, not just because you have the opportunity to do it. And that is very important. And the realization of this part is, I say, it has a wonderful impact on my life. That's about it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well said.
Anybody else would like to say something? Thank you, Bora. So anything would like to, sir is busy, so let's not take much time. This is your chance. I think that's it then. Thank you again for joining us. Amuka Future Dazu, we hope to collaborate together, do something, maybe guide the students in a better light. With this, I would like to just conclude my word of thanks. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Oh, yes. All of you, please turn on your camera. Oh, yeah, put on your camera.